everyone down here. I am in my office. It's Friday morning. This is the end of week 3 of working from home, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't feel like 3 weeks. This time has flown by. We have been so busy, which is a blessing. It truly is a blessing that we have work, and you know, it's it's a blessing that we're able to help everybody out. So have my coffee, have a tag. I'm going to be doing the yes no tag. This is the, I think it's called the Tuesday tag, but I know it's not Tuesday. But Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy did this tag last night on her channel, or I guess I looked at it. It was Tuesday's tag, but I looked at it last night. I don't know. The days are all just mixed up in my head. And I thought I'd do the tag because it was kind of fun. And I like tags because tags let you learn a little bit about somebody else. So I enjoy watching them. I enjoy doing them. So if you ever want to tag me, feel free to do that. I'm good with that. I am going to tag Variana Vlogs. I'm going to tag, trying to think of who would do it, because I've tagged people before and they don't do the tags. So I know that Variana will do the tag. Anybody else who wants to do it, just go ahead and do it. Leah, if you want to do it over at Keeping It Real, you can do it. I think I've tagged you before, but you didn't do the tags, but I'll tag you again. Lainey over at Lainey's Life, if you want to do the tag, feel free to do the tag. So let's get started with the tag. I have 15 questions. They're kind of a yes or no question. Question number 1, I can put the questions in the description box if I remember, so that you can do the tag if you want to do it. If you do it, let me know. I'm going to put the link to Let's Get Fit with Sandy in the description box below. Run over there, tell her I did the tag, and tell her to watch it. And let's get started. So number 1 is, do you use coupons? Now that we have moved, the grocery stores, I've never used, well, I mean, I've used coupons out of the newspaper when I was much younger. We don't get the newspaper anymore, so I don't do newspaper coupons. I used to shop at Kroger and Wegmans, and they always sent coupons to me in the mail, specifically for their stores, and I did use those coupons, yes. I shop Food Lion now because it's the closest store to me. They do like digital coupons, and yes, I do load some of those onto my phone so that I have those, and I do get credits for coupons digitally. So yeah, the answer is yes. I guess I do use coupons. Question number 2, do you like football? No, I have never liked football. I'm not much on sports at all. In high school, I watched our high school play basketball. We had Rick Carlisle in our high school, and you know Rick, if you know Rick, you know he played for the Celtics, and now he's coaching. I don't watch professional basketball, but I did watch, you know, I watched all the games, the basketball games in high school. We never had a football team, so maybe that's why I didn't ever really get into football. Of course, in the military, when I was in the military, they had a football team, and one of the other women Marines and myself supported them. We did go to their football games, and we were like their water boys, whatever you want to call us. Made sure they had what they needed, and we worked out with them. So that was a lot of fun. Number 3, are you in a relationship? Of course I am. I'm married. Steve and I have been married since 2007, September 2007. We started dating, or, you know, having a friendship back in 1999. It was shortly after my father passed away. I met Steve at my business place. We didn't do the same job. You know, I've now changed jobs, but I met him at work. He was doing part-time, and we started talking and just kind of hanging out a little bit, and we kind of dated on and off, I guess, from 99 to 2007, when he asked me to marry him in the spring, and then we got married in September. So we've been married since then. He had 3 children when I met him from a previous marriage, and I have my 2 children from a previous marriage. Now we have merged our families. We have 5 children and 4 grandchildren. Number 4, is your phone always within arm's reach? Well, I have 2 phones. One for home and one for work. So I have a work phone that work provides for me. And I do keep it very close because I need to be, I'm pretty much on call 24/7, although I do not take my phones in the bedroom with me because there's time when I need to just sleep. So I don't want to be woke up by phones, and you know, they're always buzzing when I get emails, and I don't want to hear the buzzing and all the noise. So I don't take them in my bedroom when I go to sleep, and I cut them off when I go to church. So in church they're cut off. I don't want to be disturbed in church and Sunday school, stuff like that. So, and when I go into meetings at work, if I'm in a meeting at work, I don't bring my phones. I know other people do, but I don't want the distraction. I don't want the distraction when I'm teaching, because I do teach classes for adults. So if I have a class, I tell everybody to turn off their phones. They're allowed to leave the room if they get an emergency call, you know, or emergency text or something like that. But I don't want distractions. I want everybody paying attention. I think it's disrespectful when you're in meetings or any place like that when you are on your phone when somebody's trying to teach you something or talk to you or whatever. Number 5, do you like thunderstorms? I don't know that I love thunderstorms, but you know, they don't bother me. I'd rather have a nice light rain, and enjoy a light rain. Just, you know, maybe hear the rain on the roof or whatever. But thunderstorms, I mean, I'm not really into thunderstorms. Number 6, can you cook? I would say yes, a big yes on that one. I think I can cook really well. I don't have a problem eating, that's for sure. I don't have to go out to eat. I enjoy eating what I cook. I do bake from time to time, not very often, because my problem is I eat too many sweets as it is, so I don't want to have the sweets around the house. Steve will say he wants something, like say like, oh, I'm in a mood for brownies or something. I can make a pan of brownies. He'll eat 1 or 2, and then the rest are left for me. So I don't want that temptation. So I'd rather him go out and buy a brownie somewhere or something than have me, you know, make a whole pan of brownies and they just sit there and I eat them all. And I don't need those calories and I don't need that fat. So I can cook, yes. And Steve likes most of my cooking. He's a pretty picky eater, but he will try different things, and I'm surprised sometimes when he'll say, oh, that's really good, and I think that he's not going to like it because it's something that he wouldn't typically eat. So number 7, are you or have you lost weight? Yes and yes. I am currently trying to get down to 170 pounds. 170 pounds. I have a large frame. I'm 5'6½", but I have large bones. I had a bone density test, and he said I have above average bones. So I know that I have gotten down to 170 before, and I looked kind of too thin for me, but I think it's a good weight. I'm trying to get there again. I'm at 192 right now. I have about 20 more pounds to go. I'm losing it slowly. At the beginning of the year, I was at 200, 199, 200, somewhere in there. So I have lost 7 to 8 pounds this year so far, which I'm happy with. You know, if it came off any faster, it'd probably go back on. So I think a slow loss is fine. I'm happy with that. Years ago, before I met Steve, I weighed probably 250 to 260 pounds. I wore like a size 16 going on 18. Some clothes were 18, some clothes were 16. I lost that weight before I met Steve, after my second marriage, and have not gone over 200 since. I've tried to never go over 200 again. So right now for me, I'd like to still be down to 20 pounds, but I did lose, before I met Steve, I lost like 60 pounds plus, because I was down to 170. So I lost about 90 pounds, I guess. So, which was a lot. And so my goal is to never get there again. So yes, I have lost weight in the past, and I am trying to lose weight now again. Number 8, do you know how to read a map? Yes, I do, because we didn't always have Garmin's and computers and stuff like that. Phones that would tell you where to go. I mean, cell phones for me are new. Probably 15 years ago, I didn't have one, and my kids made me get one, and you know, the old flip phones or whatever. But you had to learn to read a map to travel, you know, back then. And when I joined the Marine Corps back in 1979, you know, I got in my car and had to drive from New York to Camp Lejeune to go to boot camp. No, actually I flew to boot camp, but after boot camp, when I went to the base, I drove a car down. So I had to know how to read a map to be able to do that. So yes, I can read a map. Number 9, do you wear makeup? Well, that's a yes and no. Every day I wear foundation. So I do have a skincare program. I use a cleanser, of course, to clean my face. I put a moisturizer on, and then I put on a liquid foundation and a powder foundation on top. Do I put on blush? No. Do I wear lipstick every day? No. Do I do my eyes every day? No. But if I'm going out, or, you know, like on cruises or fancy dinners or whatever, I'll put makeup on. But for every day, I don't wear the extra makeup, I don't do my eyes, I don't do my lips, all that other stuff. I just try to go as natural as I can. Number 10, do you read regularly? I will have to say no. I'm not a reader. Sometimes I wish I was, but I don't have that downtime. When I'm sitting, I like to be knitting or doing something that I think is productive. To me, reading isn't really productive, and my mind doesn't work that way to have to be reading a book. I need to be doing something that I find is productive. Even if it's like sitting on YouTube and supporting YouTubers or doing videos or making videos. To me, that's my hobby. That's what I love to do. So that would come first over reading. I do like to do like word puzzles, and like I said, I like to do crafts. So that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for reading. So no, I can't say that I read regularly. So no, that answer would be no. Number 11, are you publicly affectionate? I would say probably no on that. I mean, Steve really isn't either. I mean, we may hug each other or something, but not really overly affectionate in public. I will hug my grandkids or my kids if they, you know, if I see them, or a friend. If I see them, not now because, you know, we're distancing, whatever. But if I see somebody, I usually will give them a hug. But just to be a quick hug and a hi or whatever, and that's it. Number 12, do you like picnics? Yes, I love being outside. I love taking hikes. I love, you know, eating outside. I don't mind, you know, a cookout where you eat outside. I love being in the fresh air. So the answer to that is yes, I do love picnics. I hope that soon this virus thing will be over. We can get the boat out and have some picnics on the boat. So have some friends over and, you know, get a group together and have a picnic on the boat and take the boat out. That would be awesome if we could get the virus and everything over, all this social distancing over by summer. Would be good for me. Coffee. Number 13, do you have air conditioning? Yes, we have central air in our house. We have always had central air in our house. Living in Virginia is very humid and hot in the summer, and I could not survive without air conditioning. Even when I go to my sister's house in northern New York, it is hot. To me, it's hot. And she doesn't run the air conditioner very much. So for me, it's hot. So I'm just used to having an air conditioner running. Number 14, have you ever been out of the country? That's a big yes. I was born and raised on the Canadian border, the border of Canada. My heritage on my dad's side is Canadian. His mom came from Canada. We went over to Canada all the time. Now that I am an adult, we've gone to Canada a couple times, but we've taken several cruises. So we've been to places like St. Thomas, St. Kitts, St. Croix, Antigua, St. Martin's. We've been to the Bahamas, Belize, Mexico, Jamaica. I know I'm proud, Bermuda. I'm probably leaving some out, but anyway, we've been to a lot of different places, to a lot of islands. We have never been over to like England or anything, Ireland. We would love to do that one day, but right now, of course, all traveling is on hold. So we're not planning anything except for our cruise in September is still on the books. Hopefully it will happen. So we're going to do some new islands when we go in September. We'll be doing Aruba and some other islands, but I'll let you know about that later. Hopefully it'll happen. So yes, I have been out of the country. Steve's been out of the country. We've had some awesome adventures together, and we're looking for some more in the future. So number 15, your last question. Do you know how to ride a bicycle? Yes, I do. I was raised in the country. We all had bicycles. We lived on a dirt road. We rode anywhere we wanted to go. I used to ride my bicycle to and from school. I worked in the summer at the school and cleaned classrooms and helped in the library and helped in the office areas and typed class papers for some teachers and whatever it was they wanted me to do. I did for a couple years in the summers when I was in like junior, senior year to make extra money. But the school was probably 6 or 7 miles at least from our home, and I rode bicycle back and forth every day. The only time my mom would come and get me, and my sister who also was working, would be if it was like downpouring rain. She would drive and get us and pick up our bikes and bring us home. But besides that, we rode our bikes, and we enjoyed that. So it was good exercise. We're kids, we didn't care. So that's my tag. Again, I'll tag Fairyana Vlogs, Lainey's Life, and Leah over at Keeping It Real. If y'all want to do the tag, do it. Let me know you did it so I can watch it. Of course, I watch your channels anyway, so I'll see it if you do it. And go over and visit Let's Get Fit with Sandy. Tell her I did the tag. Tell her come check it out and show her some support. Watch her tag. That's a great channel. So thank you for the tag. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to. All of that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next video. I've got to get to work. Bye now.